Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is a little bit of a part two to yesterday's story time. If you haven't seen that, I will leave a link to it in the description. Yeah, go watch that if you haven't already, because it connects with this one. So before I get into that, I just want to say this is the last day to get the new merch. After this, the merch is gone. Like always, make sure if you cop something, you tweet me or tag me on Insta so I can DM you and thank you and hit you with the follow back. But anyway, today's story time is about, I guess, revenge. Not me getting it. This dude from the last story time was very angry with me that I didn't sell his weed slash Xanax pills, and I kind of destroyed them, and he got angry about it. And I didn't hear from him for months. I thought that that was the end of it. I thought that I would never hear from him again. But sadly, a couple months after the last story time, he tried to get revenge on me. And not just me, a friend of mine who had nothing to do with the situation. So this all takes place a couple months after the last story time. I hadn't heard from my friend in months, so we weren't really friends anymore, and I didn't want to be friends with him. But I was hanging out at another buddy of mine's house. I was at his house, hanging out with him, and we were just playing some Xbox in his basement. And I don't know how, but my other friend, let's just give him a name. My other friend, the evil ex-friend, we'll just call him John. John found out that I was at my friend's house, and he took a drive over with a couple of his buddies with some spray paint. So you can already see where this is going. I don't know how he thought this was going to prove a point. Maybe he thought that I was living with my friend and I live there too. But he thought it'd be a good idea to drive to my friend's house with spray paint and vandalize my friend's house to try and get back at me. I don't know what was going through his head. Let's vandalize this random person's house who I don't know, but I think Austin lives there, so let's do it. But yeah, me and my friend figured this out because we heard a car door shut in the middle of the night. It was just me and my friend at his place. And my friend looked out the window and he could see them coming up to the house. And luckily, my friend's lights in his room were off, so they couldn't see us looking out the window. And they came up to the house right under my friend's bedroom window, which was so perfect because we were on the second floor, and they were directly under my friend's window, right under us. We could see them perfectly. And we saw them start to open this big black duffel bag. And I cracked the window just a little bit, just so I could try and hear what they were doing. Because honestly, I was really nervous. I didn't know what they had in that bag, whether it was eggs, they were going to egg the house, or something more serious. I don't know. I was really worried. But then I saw the one dude reach in and pull out this can, and I immediately knew. I was like, that's spray paint. So I whispered to my friend, I'm like, bro, it's spray paint. He's like, no way, are you sure? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's either that or silly string, but I'm guessing it's spray paint. He's like, fuck, dude, I cannot have my house get fucked up. My mom will freak out. I'm like, all right, calm down. She won't know. I got this. So I run downstairs as fast as I can, and I had two options. Either find something that I could drop out the window on top of them and get them to fuck off, or I run out there and try and 1v3 these people. Because it wasn't just John, it was John and his friends, so they outnumbered me. And even with my friend's help, we would have been outnumbered. So I was like, all right, fuck, what do I do? So I open the fridge and I see this giant white cake, this circular, pretty big cake. I don't know why they had it in there. There must have been a birthday or a wedding coming up or something. So I grab it and I start running upstairs, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, my friend's mom's gonna fucking hate me for what I'm about to do. And I look out the window, and luckily they haven't gotten unpacked yet. They were still pulling out cans and cans of this stuff. I still don't know what it was. It looked like spray paint. I'm guessing it's spray paint, knowing how much assholes these dudes were. But I don't know. Could have been anything. So I grab the cake. I take the top off. My friend's like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, open the window. And he opens the window, and I steadily just hold it out, and I turn it upside down right over John's head. I went right for the fucking man in charge, and it fell off the plate. And it just fucking slow motion just fell and fucking splattered all over his head. Just all over it. And he wasn't wearing a hat or anything. It was perfect. And he looks up and smears the cake off his head and his face. And he sees me staring at him. And I'm like, what's up, John? And he just screams. He's like, you fucking asshole. And I was like, sorry. Can't let you fuck with my friend's house. And he starts yelling. He's like, you fucking dicks. I'm going to fuck you guys up. And then all of a sudden, the neighbor right next door to my friend's house comes out and he goes, what's with all the noise? Who's there? I'm going to call the police. And as soon as he said that, John quickly picked up his bag, and him and his friends took off running back to the car. And they got in the car and started it and drove off. And my friend yelled out the window to his neighbor. He's like, thank you so much. You just saved us. Those are some people we know. They were trying to mess with the house. And the neighbor's like, yeah, no problem. You need me to call the cops? And my friend's like, nah, it's all good. We'll handle it from here. And after this, I immediately ran downstairs, opened the front door, went outside, went to the side of the house to check to just see if they put anything on the house, spray paint or silly string or whatever. And luckily nothing was there. So whatever they were planning to do, we interrupted their plans quick enough and stopped them. And to this day, I don't understand what the fuck they were thinking. They must have thought that like I lived there or something. Like I moved in with my friend at his house and they thought they were gonna like get me, which I don't understand because that dude, John, had my real address and like knew where I lived. So I don't know, maybe he hated my friend too and he wanted to get us both back at the same time. I have no idea. But yeah, my friend did know him as well. He didn't really like him, but I didn't think they had any beef. But that's pretty much the end of the story time. He actually never showed up again. He never tried to fuck with us again, at least that I know. And everything was good from that point on. It was a pretty happy ending. He got a cake to his fucking face. Looked like he just got done with a fucking porn scene. That was really graphic. I'm so sorry about whatever that joke was. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story time. I hope you guys found it funny and enjoyed it. Please leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.